All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to More Complexity Casting. coLcast presents the Sound Blaster Heroes League here, and we are going to be going into the second semifinal of the day. We have Dendi's Jungldevos taking on Pencils, and, well, pretty good matchup right here. I'm your casting host, Beef, and joining me is Riser of Team TT Esports. Riser, how you doing?
Doing great, thank you. Glad to be casting. I think this is will be a pretty good match. Two European teams that I'm very familiar with, and I'm excited to see what happens this game.
Yeah, two teams that have consistently been in the top 16 since the beginning of Han Tour. I believe that they've both dropped out of Diamond once and made their way back in. I'm not actually sure about PUDG. Now that I think about it, they might not have dropped out, but you know, these guys are both just kind of hovering between that like 10th and 16th positions. But once again, a very even matchup. I was actually just casting with Porch of Dober on Damp, and we were casting 007. We are Spies, the Gold Cycle 2 champions. They were taking on Call It Karma, and Call It Karma just kind of put the whoop on them and took that series. So they're going to be going into the grand finals for the other series, and well, this is going to figure out who is going to go meet them in tomorrow's best of 3.
Yeah, you said Call It Karma took out 007?
Yeah, in pretty dominant fashion.
Huh. Yeah, that's not something I would expect. I thought 007 was a very solid team, and I thought Call It Karma was maybe still kind of like in that inexperienced state, but yeah, it's good for them if they did.
I just looked it up, actually, and Call It Karma is currently the number 12 ranked team in Han Tour as far as points. They've been pretty consistent, just kind of ending up in that like 8th through 12th range in Diamond. So even after qualifying after the first cycle, they were in Gold, and since then in cycles 2 and 3 just ended up in that 8th through 12th range, and well, just kind of been soaking up the points there. So good job to them, and being in tomorrow's final, going to be fighting for a shot at well, the sound cards for first place and that invite into the playoffs later on in the season. And should be fun. Once again, we're going to be doing this cast, and then we're going to be giving away a Sound Blaster headset, courtesy of Sound Blaster, and the Sound Blaster Heroes League. So be sure to stay tuned after this cast. But Riser, you ready to get this game going?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go on go. 3, 2, 1, go. We're at 9, 8, 7, 6. Good to go. All righty. So, taking a look at this once again, we're going to be getting into the blind bands real quick. And so, PUDG, I mean, I have not seen a whole lot of them recently. I'm familiar with the team, but, I mean, what is their style like? I've only casted a couple of games with them.
I played against them kind of recently, and I know, well, something interesting to note is I thought they were big fans of picking War Beast, but they actually blind banned War Beast in this game, but that's a little besides the point. But I did think they were fond of that hero, but apparently opting to blind ban it. But when I played them, I think, you know, they went for the pretty standard lineup. I think, you know, they ran your normal melee stunner support hero mid, your short lane carry, and then, you know, your suicide hero and the jungler. You know, nothing too off the wall. They're not like a Pika or maybe even like an SG. You know, they'll see some kind of crazy new heroes and strategies, but they're definitely solid. You know, they've been around for a while, and they've got some kind of fairly new members. I know P-Top and Palace used to play for different teams, and they've improved significantly up to the point where they can compete with all the Diamond teams. But you know, from what I remember, they're, you know, fairly standard play styles.
All right. Well, like you said, blind banning out that War Beast. Going to be joined by a Parasite ban and Wild Soul. Keeper the Forest left in there, and already we see 3 junglers here in the lock pool. So not like we've seen for the rest of the Sound Blaster Heroes League Qualifier 3, some of the earlier stages where a lot of these jungling heroes have been banned immediately and then not picked up in the lock pool. Going to be at least 3 very strong junglers there locked up.
Yeah, for sure. I think this game we're seeing more of the well, I don't want to say standard, but you know what people have been talking about some about just locking the jungle slash suicide heroes, making sure you can secure those as they are very important to your lineup. And yeah, this game, like you said, it looks like that's very prevalent in the lock pool. Ophelia, Tempest, Keeper of the Forest, Pharaoh, Plague Rider, Empath, all locked up here. So Empath may be something that they're not interested in picking. They just wanted to, as a filler. But all those other heroes, definitely powerful heroes, fulfilling that jungle or suicide.
Yeah, and I mean, even the empath, she's had a pretty prolific past few weeks, even past couple of months, especially since Moon Queen has come out. People love to pair those two heroes up together, and as we go into the banning phase, it's going to be interesting to see if Moon Queen or any of those other carries get banned. Already we have Pebbles, Fade, Jeraziah, and Engineer being banned out. So actually a lot of bans on some very aggressive heroes.
Yeah, for sure. Pebbles and Fade come to mind in terms of aggression. Obviously, Engineer as well, kind of that support style, powerful laning mechanic support hero with this mass damage and snare coming out from his skills. And then, like you said, the last ban, Jeraziah, just trying to eliminate maybe that almost cheesy strategy factor. And looks like PUDG is using some of their extra time. They're thinking about really hard about what they want to ban, and then maybe considering what their first pick will be. One thing to note is Glacius, Luna are the two kind of top tier supports. Those are left, so maybe we'll see if those aren't banned. Maybe one of the teams looking to grab those early on.
Yeah, we will indeed see. And, Moon Queen not banned just yet. There's one more left here, but even Magnus being banned out. And Moon Queen is the final ban. So, hard carries left on the board. You got your Silhouette, your Draconis, your Dark Lady, Forsaken Archer, all available. And like you said, some top-tier supports as well. The Aluna, the Glacius, the Nymphora, all available. So, I wouldn't put super high emphasis on supports right here. But I would perhaps think about maybe getting your middle out of the way. Perhaps something like a Moraxis right away. And, they do have a shadow pick on Moraxis. We'll see if Pencils lets them have it, though. Glacius is the first pick for PUDG.
Yeah, I think they really wanted to secure one of those heroes. Sometimes teams will throw you a curveball, and, what if the other team picked Glacius and Luna? Then, you're kind of stuck with maybe a support you're not that comfortable with, Nymphora, while her ultimate is powerful, it's not the easiest hero to play. Like, if you don't have the right mindset and, solid game sense, know exactly how to use it, it can, kind of come back to bite you if you don't end up using the ultimate. But some more picks coming out. The Hellborn decided to go with Aluna, so getting that other powerful support here. And then Wretched Hag, which is a hero that, over, I want to say the last couple months has just become more and more popular, and eventually coming into that, first or second pick status, kind of played as almost as like not a hard carry, but teams are recognizing the potential for her late game power, and made her very popular hero.
Yeah, very, very item dependent hero if you want a player in that role as a hard carry, but she also can fall back. You get a Silhouette with 250 GPM at 45 minutes in. Not that strong. A Wretched Hag with 250 GPM at 40 minutes in, as long as she's got that level 16, still able to actually do a lot of damage, still has a lot of mobility, and a lot of times going to be able to farm in some of the more aggressive positions because of her Flash of Darkness ability. So I like the hero quite a bit. Silhouette Dampier coming out for PUDG, so going with that middle lane. Dampier instead of something like a Moraxis.
Yeah, I want to say I think they have picked Dampier before. This could have been, I might be wrong, but Mage Dampier picked. But yeah, before we get to that, I think they have ran Dampier in the past, and Dampier is a hero that can definitely snowball and contribute a lot to his team if he gets a good enough start. And I think with like a lot of picks coming out, but with like a portal key, he can definitely play that initiator role.
Okay, so the Mage Bane comes out immediately following that first pick out of the lock, Ophelia, and Pencils grabs the Tempest Keeper of the Forest combo with a Wretched Hag. What the hell happened to PUDG's draft? What were they thinking, letting him have that kind of wombo combo?
Yeah, like you said, wombo combo. That's kind of almost a general rule of thumb. If a team gets Keeper and Tempest, it's almost impossible to team fight them. It's just so powerful. The Keeper, the Force, the Root is. You can't really screw it up. Besides, there's a Tempest in their team ulting, which we have seen people blinking into it. But other than that, you can't really screw it up. It hits the whole screen. You just blink in and close your eyes and hit R, and it hits all of them. But yeah, that plus the Tempest, it's just like I said, just a general rule of thumb. You can't let them have that. So maybe a bit of a blunder picking up that Ophelia. I believe they picked Ophelia first out of log pool instead of maybe like a hero like Keeper. Which you definitely see Keeper emphasized as a first pick. So it could have been. We'll have to see if it come back to bite them.
Yeah, it very well could come back to bite them, and like I said, we'll see. There's really nothing else you can say about that one. And well, what are the lanes going to be like here? It looks like Luna going to be going top, being played by Bassett's to babysit Relo's Magebane. Probably a safe lane Tempest right here. Wretched Hag in the middle being played by Sweet Pro. And then Pablo going to be doing the Suicide Keeper. Seems like pretty strong lanes for the Hellborn.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the Legion team is kind of interesting right now as well. Glacius is kind of heading around in this middle lane, but I don't think he's going to be laning with Pharaoh. That would be kind of an odd lane setup. And now he's even... I can't really figure out what Mega even wants to do. Maybe he's just going down here to ward. He's got a ward, so maybe he's a little scared of, mid getting roamed on by I don't know what. Maybe I don't know. He's just just taking some precaution. I believe he's going to head to this top lane. So if he does, then this Magebane is going to be, having a lot of issues finding his early farm. But as a lot of people say, Magebane, if he, eventually when they leave that lane, he can find his farm, grab maybe either, like a Rune Cleaver or just maybe some tank items and continue to farm with that flash ability. So, pretty good for Pencils if eventually Magebane can recover.
Yeah, he certainly has the possibility to. But the pseudo tri-lane top, the offensive pseudo tri-lane, it certainly could present some problems for Magebane. You already see them being a little bit wary up here, with Relo not wanting to quite step up to that creep wave, even missing a last hit right there, and perhaps a little bit too nervous, and missing another one, uncharacteristic out of Relo. He normally is very, very good about his last hits.
Yeah, definitely. I can attest to the nerves thing. When a game just starts, I don't know, I believe this wasn't casted, right?
No, they knew I was going to cast it. Both teams actually contacted me beforehand and asked me if I was going to cast it, but I was actually casting StarCraft all day today, so they knew I was going to cast it from replays.
Oh, okay. But when there's, and I know a game I'm playing is being casted, like at least for the first minute or first couple minutes before I kind of find like a groove or just get a little comfortable. Yeah, I'm definitely pretty nervous. I've kind of got that feeling in the back of my head or even in my stomach a little. So maybe, he's suffering from that, but I definitely agree Relo is a player known for being extremely good, especially back when he was playing with, I believe it was the Lions, and
Lions.
For them in NASL, yeah. All the people in Lions said, he was amazing. So, it could be a little bit of nerves. That definitely affects everyone. But, it is going to be very hard for him to find his farm up here. He's sitting at 0-0. And Legion team is, doing a great job right now of preventing him from getting anything. So.
Yep, indeed. And Ophelia doing a great job with her Catman champion. Actually, just dropping that and grabbing a Vulture Commander. And, well, that Vulture Lord might be dropping a bit of a Tornado here. Actually going to use that Tornado, and I really do like this. This is a great job. Like, really good Ophelia players will use this Tornado, and they're able to effectively farm these jungle camps very, very early on. You can farm a triple stack like this at level 2 just with that Vulture Lord.
Yeah, for sure. As long as you position it correctly like he's done, far enough away to where the creeps come out and then they can't, they leash and then they come back because they're taking damage from the Tornado. But if you're too close, sometimes they will come and kill your Vulture Lord. But yeah, well played by him. He's got that positioning perfect, and yeah, already got an early level 3, so good job for him. Unfortunately, he hasn't really found a whole lot of openings to go in for a kill. I think if they play it properly, they could kill this Mage Bane if he got a better creep. So what does he get? Okay, a Skeleton King.
That'll help.
Yeah, I think they could definitely go for a kill. If Dampier can like initiate, then get the what is it called? Terrorize, the fear off, followed by a freeze, and then the Skeleton King. Yeah, they could. Ooh, there's a Minotaur here as well. That could be even better. But yeah, interesting to note is Tempest. We haven't talked about him, but he's going to get caught out here a little by Pharaoh. But Pharaoh needs to be careful because these elementals are definitely, you don't want to mess with them when they're spawned that way.
Yeah,
Hellborn team might be coming to assist him as well.
They are, and well, there's the haunt being applied, and last hit there for Fine. Pencils grabs the Cherry Popper, and Wretched Hag going to hit the Invis rune that she had bottled up. Might wake her way up into the top lane. Actually look for some kills. Needs to be very careful though. They know that there's a Ward of Revelation there because their ward just got countered. So she does just hang out in the middle lane. Gonna be happy to take some last hits.
Yeah, for sure. Taking a look at the creep scores, I think Hag was having a pretty top lane. Mage Bane's manning up a little on this Glacius, but yeah, he's just gonna blink out and he'll be fine. Early mana battery picked up, by the way, and I think it's a pretty good choice. It can definitely have the potential to save him. But yeah, he's still struggling to. Actually, he has 8 creep kills. I don't know where he found those, but at some point he nabbed a couple. So that's actually pretty solid, to be honest. Nice job by him.
For being left up there, he's doing decent on levels. I mean, he's level 4, and I actually almost like this. Leaving him up there early, bring someone back up there, and just get him a lane ward. You know, once the lane starts to push in. Let him find his farm a little bit later on, but getting some nice early levels, even if you had the Aluna up in that position, not necessarily going to be able to buy him farm, and the Aluna might be feeding to the Ophelia if she gets caught out of position. So I really do like the fact that he's soloing up there. He's doing a great job of not dying, getting some experience, and the Aluna was able to help out and actually secure the lane mid for Hag.
Yeah, for sure. I think it might be a bit of an issue if mid wasn't winning, but since they did get that kill on Pharaoh, Hag's at 300 GPM compared to 160 GPM Pharaoh.
Aluna's in trouble in the jungle over here. And there's the Thunder Blast going to be going out. Glacius goes the other direction. Has the Ice Imprisonment ready. There it is. Skeleton King's going to be able to drop the root here really soon. Elemental Void not going to be used. Didn't have enough mana for it. Aluna does go down, so Ultimate Defend gets the last hit right there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Tempest didn't use that region and have enough mana, because I think if he had used it and then Keeper had come in, who was also nearby, followed it up with a root, the devastating combo as we talked about, I think they could have secured 2 kills on both those support heroes. But unfortunately, Tempest, I think, wanted to save his region, which I don't really blame him. Well, he did. It didn't work out for him, but at least, he wanted to save the region so he could maybe get another summon off. But he's going to go ahead and bottle up this haste rune, so... Fine, actually, by the way, is level 6 with 330 gold per minute. Did he get the Bloodlust? Okay, yeah, he got the Bloodlust. I think that contributes a lot to how good his farm is, because offensive jungling sometimes can be not as easy as it looks. And but regardless, he's got good farm. He's actually coming to the middle lane. Maybe he wants to apply some pressure here. And Pharaoh, does he have max? Yeah, he does have the max Tormented Soul, so doing a little bit of counter pushing. But Legion team isn't really in a position to stop this, and they can definitely do some really good damage to this tower, if not kill it. They've got the catapult, so let's see what the Legion team decides to do.
Yeah, Glacier is starting to rotate in positioning there. There the anti-push coming out, but not going to be enough. The Hellborn team does bring home that tower. And Magebane up in the top lane has actually been holding his own very well against Palace on Dampier. And it'll be very interesting right now to see if, now that Magebane is 6, if he goes in for a few more auto attacks and the Mana Rift, might be able to get a kill up here, and needs to do that before the potion comes out. But that's actually a potion for Relo on Magebane. So I think Relo has an actual opportunity to go for a kill here, perhaps. We'll see if he tries to go for it, but he's waiting for a Luna.
Yeah,
Luna is in position right now. Dampier could be in some serious trouble. The power throw goes out, and there's the Emerald Lightning. Where's the Mana Rift? Where's the Mana Rift? There it is. Couple more auto attacks. A great job to bring home the kill onto Palace. Very well played.
Yeah, that was good. Relo's really starting to make his recovery here. He's up to 15 creep kills. And yeah, definitely what the Legion team does not want. Their free farmer, they really need to rely on to bring them back into this game, because I feel like they're pretty far behind at this point. you know, to kind of carry them through that mid game before at least their silhouette can find some farm. Dying is just, you know, exactly what you don't want to happen. So really well played by Pencil, securing that kill up there on that free farming Dampier.
Yeah, certainly going to help. And with that, Mage being able to establish some lane control for himself. Well, actually, there's the Terrorizer Flight. Boom goes the Dynamite.
Yeah, he almost died just you know, not even the ultimate from Dampier, just the 2 spells. So much damage. That's, you know, that's how squishy a Mage Bane is, especially, you know, all he doesn't have any stat items, just boots and a, you know.
Oh, Keeper's going in for the Root in bottom lane. There's the Haunt. Root comes out. There's the Bat Blast as well, and Silhouette gets demolished. Sweet Pro grabs that kill, and they might look to start the push in bottom lane. Sweet Pro, no, okay, that was Pablo. It looked like Sweet Pro had used a mana ring, and I was like, oh, is the mana ring on Hag making a return? But no.
Yeah, Keeper's got really good farm in this bottom lane. 48 now. Well, he was, yeah, 48-5 now down here. And, you know, for 9 minutes, that's exceptionally good. So, 340 gold per minute for him. If you look at the Hellborn team, they got 3 heroes. Oh, well, almost well over the 300 gold per minute mark. And, yeah, with that tower kill, even boosting it further. So, yeah, they're in a pretty good lead right now, you know. And they're also doing a good job of, you know, securing kills on heroes like Dampier and Silhouette, which are, you know, kind of integral to this PUDG team.
Yep, they've been doing a very good job so far. And PUDG, I mean, they've got some push potential with this Ophelia, but Ultimate Defend, 192 gold per minute, doing the offensive jungle thing himself. Not able to really participate in any kills other than that initial kill onto, I believe it was Relo. No, they were never able to secure a kill on Relo. Who did Ultimate Defend help out with?
Luna, I guess.
Bassets, yeah, they killed Luna. As the bottom tower does go down, so great job there from Pencil, is able to take 2.
Yeah, there's another thing about Luna, or excuse me, Tempest Tree that we didn't mention was all the minions and the push power. And as was just demonstrated, they just demolished that tier 2 tower. And yeah, PUDG was like, there's no way we're defending that, and just, you know, had to give it up. So yeah, two big things with that Tempest Tree is just the pure push power and the team fight, you know. You know, very, very powerful in those regards. And, you know, taking a look at the goal. Ooh, actually, as I say that, Mage Bane might get caught out a little here. Yeah, he's going to blink away. Before the Ice Imprison came out, he might have gotten caught. But, yeah, 4.5k gold for the Hellborn, and about 1,000 experience for the Hellborn as well. So, you know, they're pretty far behind on towers, and I don't think that lead is insurmountable. You know, they've got pretty good farm on at least, you know, 3 heroes. Pharaoh's done a pretty good job. He's at 50 creep kills himself at 255 gold per minute. Haven't seen him really set up any kills or counter ganks with that ultimate yet. Would like to see him participate soon. But, you know, it is definitely hard to engage this Hellborn team with all these ultimates they've got up right now.
Yeah, and especially without taking any towers. They're still going to be able to TP into these tier 1 towers. Got a lot of map control as a result of that. And they've got a lot of escape mechanisms as well. The Invis on Tree and the double blinks on Wretched Hag and Mage Bane. And Luna and Tempest, they've just been doing a good job of positioning themselves, making sure they're not in too much trouble. As Dampier in the top lane could have been getting ganked. Does TP actually to the middle lane. Gonna look for a kill here on Wretched Hag. There's the Tormented Soul. Wrath of the Pharaoh's available, but not going to be used. All 4 players from the Legion team not quite able to bring down the Hag.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but the good thing is they recognize the Hellborn team is now grouping up, continuing to push, and they're going to do the same thing in this middle lane, even just going ahead of the creep wave so they can get here as soon as possible. Yeah, easy tier 1 tower, so really positive for them. By the way, Tempest actually went for the Ghost Marcher's push build, which may sound a little weird, but I have seen it sometimes. So. Yeah, the Minets, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Almost every game I've seen of him in the past couple of weeks, he's gone with that build. So interesting. And Keeper of the Forest, Pablo McDad, actually the top farmer of the game at 422 gold per minute. Legion team takes the middle tier 2 tower, and it looks like the Hellborn team going to be trading tier 2 for tier 2 now, as they're pushing down the top. And is there like a base race going on right here?
Yeah, I was going to say this is what happens when there's Ophelia, Tree, and Tempest in the game. Everybody's killing towers, so yeah, they will port back. You know, Legion got a little bit of damage on the tower, not really that significant, but you know, at least forcing some of the players to port back. And Silhouette actually pressuring this bottom lane, but Hag is rotating down.
Glacius you're in some trouble. Actually, Dampier's going to come over. Dampier wants to go in. There's the Wrath of Pharaoh. Terrorized Flight. Consume! And down goes Wretched Hag. So I thought Glacius was in trouble. In fact, Mega Beaver just playing the role of the worm. And baiting out.
Yeah, definitely. Well done by the Legion team. Unfortunate for the Hellborn. Not really recognizing that they're rotating, but yeah, initially on the Keeper.
Keeper does just invis. The tower goes down, so, well, Legion team making a little bit of a comeback right now. Experience lead now completely even. And even the towers, now only 1 in favor of the Hellborn team.
Yeah, they did a nice job of counter pushing when they. I mean, I think the Hellborn may have given them a little too much information about. Okay, there's all of us in this lane. We're definitely going to push, and you know they recognize that and decided, okay, let's just go mid. We don't have to fight them. We can just trade towers, and you know that's pretty much in our favor as long as we don't have to engage them with all their ultimates. And you know the Hellborn grouping up so early and showing themselves in the lane, you know, may have just given the Legion the information they needed to, you know, effectively kind of set up their counter push plan.
Counter push plan indeed. And there's a portal key on Dampier. Keeper of the Forest just gets obliterated right there from that vampiric flight, the terrorize, the consume, and tormented soul. I mean, wow. Pablo McDad just knocked back to yesterday with all that damage. As in the top lane, Hag's going to be going out on the silhouette, but Antler Healer uses that heal, and Ophelia, well, helping out. Wretched Hag has to retreat, not quite able to get the kill on the silhouette.
Yeah, that is a pretty tough kill. It's hard to kill a Silhouette because the turn potential with his spells is crazy. But yeah, maybe a bit of a wasted ultimate from Ophelia, but not the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, but like you said, Dampier picking up that portal key, definitely agree. Ooh, Mage Pain's going to go ahead and blinking in on Dampier right here.
Silhouette's taking some pressure too. Glacial Blasts are up, and Hag's looking for the finish. There's the Sonar Screen Back Blast to finish him off. And Magebane, yeah, could be in some serious trouble right here. The Wrath of the Pharaoh not available, but not even needed. A great pin with that skeleton.
Yeah, for sure. While that was happening top, I caught the tail end of that at top. I saw the ultimate being used by Hag. Finish off Solo, which is definitely good. But yeah, Relo playing a little over-aggressive, kind of blinking in even on Dampier. And, you know, while he does get that massive magic armor from the blink in, you know, I think it was just a little too aggressive. Could have just, you know, backed off and continued farming. And he almost got away. It was so close, but Ophelia, with, you know, the great micro and cutting him off with those 2 Skeleton Kings just, yeah, nabbed him almost. And then, yeah, unfortunately he took a fall. So both teams kind of carries, both going down. And, you know, I'm not sure which is better for either team, but, yeah, both of them kind of getting caught out of position there.
Caught out of position indeed. And, well, going to be looking now at relatively even game. Experience lead on one side, gold lead on the other. And, well, the farm for Magebane, not necessarily great. 240 gold per minute, 335 on the Silhouette on the other side. Speaking of Magebane, though, there's the Terrorize, the Flight, the Consume! The Tormented Soul to finish him off. Ketop picks up that kill. And once again, Relo perhaps just a little bit too far up.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think you can get away with farming that all the way up, especially. I mean, there is no tier 2 tower, so it might be, you know, you might be surprised if they got there up there that quickly. But, you know, when you're that squishy as Magebane, yeah, I think that's a little too aggressive. Pharaoh is kind of all by himself in this middle lane, but the tier 1 tower goes down the top, favoring the Legion. And Hellborn is responding by pushing this tier 2 tower in the middle. So Legion team is going to be teleporting back. At least Silhouette is. Ophelia and Dampier thinking about it. Yep, there comes the Dampier, and it looks like they want to take this fight, maybe, or just want to at least defend.
Yeah, need to be careful about taking this fight. Portal key on Keeper of the Forest, and well, they know it's a 4v5 because Magebane's dead. Oh, okay, somebody just died. That was an Aluna death right there. And well, Keeper of the Forest, Tempest, they run the heck away. Sweet Pro already gone, actually, and up in the top lane, going to be trying to bring down Ophelia, and she will go down here. Going to be able to clean up some creeps as well. There goes the first Skeleton King, and the second going to be shortly there to follow. Wow, that was a fast kill on Luna.
Yeah, Pharaoh, I think, just caught him out to the side with that Wrath of Pharaoh, and yeah, playing a support hero, it sucks playing against Pharaoh, because if you ever get hooked, and he has max Hellfire, it feels like you're going to be going down. So, yeah, Luna a little too aggressively positioned himself there, but at the same time, they take out Ophelia, top lane, stop that push. Actually, the top tower for the Hellborn is at 83 health, so whether they noticed that or not, maybe they just want to leave it there to TP2 or just have it noticed. But
yeah, what are your thoughts on leaving that actually there to TP2? Do you think that's a little bit risky times, or is that something you agree with doing?
I don't know. I have a feeling this game they probably just forgot or they didn't realize it, and I think they should just go ahead and deny it. Sometimes it can be okay, but Keeper of the Forest always the last or the edge of that glacial, what is that called? Downpour?
Glacial Downpour, as Wretched Hag's going to be gone on there. Wrath of the Pharaoh was used, but Wretched Hag does just back on out.
Yeah, for sure. But I think they should just deny it. Sometimes you can, like especially like the tier 3 base towers, you know, just leaving them up for the extra kind of counter push almost is good. But in most cases, I think it's just safer just deny it. You know, Ophelia could probably just send a couple of creeps up there and nab it if he really, you know, if he felt like it. But yeah, for now it looks pretty safe though. They've got control of their jungle and stuff, and whether they were like, yeah, let's just leave it there just in case we need to help Mage Bane or something else here, or they just forgot about it. I'm not really sure.
We'll see. And now, while I'm asking your thoughts on things, thoughts on forgetting bananas. Why are all these teams forgetting bananas recently?
That's a good question. You know, maybe they haven't. They didn't realize how many times Kongor has been killed in the game. You know, whenever you kill Kongor, it seems like the focus is almost on the what is it called? Token of Life? Yeah, the token and stuff. So maybe it's just, you know, they just don't remember. But Glacius, he has an eye.
He has an eye too, yeah. And well, there's the turnaround on the Mage Bane. Ice Imprisonment goes out. Bat Blast will be able to finish him off. There's the Wrath of the Pharaoh with the Mummy Wall, catching 2 inside of there. And where's the follow-up? Invis is going to be coming in. Might even turn this around right here. Looks like all defensive teams going to be able to get out of there with the eye. Torment Control going to be going out. Dampier onto Hag, though. Going to be able to pick that Bound Eye back up. Tempest in position has that push stick. Might be able to get a big Elemental Void off. Luna in some serious trouble, and Mage Bane has to TP on away for now. Portal Key's available, though, from Dampier, and he's going to be looking to chase right now. Not going to be looking to chase too far. Luna being invised, but the Bound Eye comes back over. Dampier finishes her off with the Terras and the auto attack. And Pablo McDad looking to TP on out of there. In the end, that was a 2-for-1 exchange with the Bound Eye ending back up on the Legion team.
Yeah, it looked like Glacius might just feed his eye, but luckily there was support around, and even the Ophelia heal, I believe, came out for him. And did he go down? Yeah, he did. You're right. He did go down, and then Dampier recovered that eye. So, you know, Pencils looked a little indecisive there. You know, Keeper of the Forest, he was in a position to maybe drop that root, but you know, felt like it was worth saving it. You know, Tempest wasn't exactly close enough at that time, and then by the time Tempest got there, he wasn't really in position to drop his ultimate as well. You know, not having access to that portal key also might have played a factor in that. So, yeah, they looked a little indecisive there, and as a result, I think, who did they lose? They lost 2-for-1, right? Hag and Luna? Okay, yeah, so bit of a lost skirmish there, not the end of the world, but yeah, we have yet to see like the Wombo combo actually go off. It seems like it's been a lot of little skirmishes and, you know, counter pushing coming out from both teams. So.
Without the portal key there on Tempest, it's going to be a lot harder to set up the Wombo combo. And it's something I don't necessarily agree with, and I also don't necessarily agree with not using the Keeper ult right there. When he got into position, he could have gotten it on 3 people and secured his team's escape. Instead, Wretched Hag ended up going down to a Dampier that was able to freely blink, and now this top tower going to be taking some pressure. Hag does walk right by it and will eventually get the deny, saying, hey guys, what's going on here?
Yeah, that might have been pretty lucky timing by him. He just walked past it and was like, oh, this is deniable. As the Legion team was kind of all up there, even with that Ward of Sight placed by Mega Beaver, they kind of knew that tower was you know, in deny range. But yeah, luckily Sweet Pro, you know, strode on past it and was like, oh hey, we should probably deny this, and yeah, it gets denied. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Legion still has, you know, they've done a great job picking up heroes, especially Palace on this Dampier. You know, he's also securing some pretty impressive farm, by the way. 440 gold per minute. 113 creep kills is definitely respectable for 23 minutes. You know, especially kind of playing that like initiator ganker role. You don't spend all your time farming, but definitely want to spend some time to, you know, secure usefulness throughout the entire game. So, yeah, Tempest, by the way, also did pick up that Shrunken Head. So the Legion
nice.
is. Yeah, the Legion is fortunate, though. They do have that Pharaoh ultimate, which will cancel it.
Sweet Pro does not have a TP right now. And he's getting gone on. There's the Tormented Soul. Not going to use the Wrath of the Pharaoh just yet. And there's actually the Death Lotus going to be coming out. The Tree Grapple does find Hag. There's the Wrath of the Pharaoh, and she does go down. Sweet Pro way, way out there and without a TP.
Yeah, for sure. The Legion has a lot of map control right now. But, at the same time, the Hellborn is farming the Legion jungle and down there. So, yeah, I think a little too over-aggressive, a little too greedy trying to get that farm. And, unfortunately, yeah, pays for it with his life.
Indeed. Now, speaking of Shrunken Heads, Dampier's got one in addition to his portal key. It's going to be nice for him. And, well, Pharaoh's started to work on a Hellflower. Not going to be too useful in this upcoming fight, but it's going to be interesting to see if Dampier goes for the initiation here, or if they just try to focus on the tower, instead just trying to get that down before Hag can get back up. And the tower does look like it's going to go down. Well, Keeper goes in right there with a 4-man ultimate. Shrunken Head going to be coming out, though, as well. And Pablo McDad taking a lot of pressure. Tempest goes down without using the ultimate, and that's a big deal. Pablo goes down as well. And, well, Magebane in the middle of it trying to put out some damage. Power Throw going to connect with a lot of players, but they tried for the Wombo combo, and Tempest just not able to. There's a Bat Blast going to hit 2 players. Shrunken Head going to be activated. Damper going to take some pressure here. Perhaps there's the Ice Imprisonment back out onto Magebane, and Silhouette going to come back in, but Dampier gets taken out. So, wow, not quite able to get the damage done he needed. Melee Rax, though, goes down in favor of the Legion team, and they're going to try to just back on out.
Yeah, crazy team fight. Yeah, one thing to note though is, yeah, fine, he push-booked himself in to try and get a good ultimate off, but here's the thing, he couldn't. I mean, when you play Tempest, a lot of times when you've got that portal key, at least I do this, and I've noticed a lot of players do, they'll Shrunken Head as they're going in. They know what they want to do, so they'll pop it before they start channeling and blinking and channeling that ultimate. But he doesn't really have that luxury, because with that Shrunken Head, if he activates the Shrunken Head, he can't push-book himself in for that better positioning. So, unfortunately, he push-booked himself in, got disabled, the stun came out and just died instantly. So, yeah, as a result, they lost that Rax. They cleaned up a couple kills, thankfully. And, with Pablo kind of going in there, it wasn't like the best route, but they really had to make something happen because their Rax was dying so quickly just from damage from, all the creeps and what have you. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that pickup on Hag turned out to be a really big deal.
Yeah, losing Rax for it is. Pharaoh might be getting caught out here. Glacial Blast going to be going on, and Tempest trying to get in there. No, not going to be able to follow up with anything else, though. And Pablo McDad, I mean, that was not the best route, but it was still a good enough route. I feel like if Tempest had had a portal key, he would have been able to catch 2 players pretty easily with any kind of a follow-up. In fact, Pharaoh was standing right next to Dampier there. Catch those 2 players out of position, and, well, that's prime setup for a great fight. Going for that push stick, I mean, a little more utility coming out of that. Push somebody out of the Pharaoh ultimate, help push your teammate, gives you some stats, but not nearly the mobility, not nearly the initiation potential of the portal key. And like you said, when you're going for that nice early Shrunken Head as well, it can come back to bite you. So I see the reason that some people like to get the push stick. I'm still personally a favorite, I favor the portal key in most situations.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Ooh, Silhouette's initiate on the Tempest here, but yeah, not enough to kill, and Tempest will survive. Silhouette just poured out. God, it's so annoying to play against a Silhouette who does that. Because what is it called? The Shadow?
Yeah.
The cast time on that, there is no cast time. It's just instant.
It's literally
you can't
instant.
do much about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, good for Silhouette. He's picked up that portal key. Let's see what his farm is. Ooh, wow. He's at 470 gold per minute. I haven't said a whole lot about him. But, yeah, his gold per minute definitely up there. Him and Dampier, doing a great job. But, yeah, like you said, the push book was really good just because of Pharaoh. It's a really big counter to Pharaoh. The mummies, can just be devastating.
Dampier going to go in right here, looking for Magebane, and misses the terrorized Magebane, able to turn around, though. And, oh, man, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you there, but Pablo McDad could be in some serious trouble right here. He's going to have to blink out to the other side, and, yeah, he's in definite trouble. Uses the root even, and, well, Mageman gonna come in, try to go onto Glacius, does kill Glacius, kills the Bound Eye. Can he get out of here though? That's the problem. Gonna use the second flash. No, not gonna be able to. The nice root right there from the Skeleton King, and wow. Talk about big pickoffs here.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a bit of a misplay by Pablo. Why didn't he just blink to the other side of the river instead of on top of all of them? You know, he knew he was in trouble, and that was fine the way he got out of there. And I definitely think he should have just blinked behind the river, and then maybe gone to that, what's it called, the outpost, and just grabbed a shot, TP. But yeah, with those pickoffs, the Legion team confident enough to just continue pushing. And we'll see, you know, let's see, how long on Keeper? 10 seconds, 30 on Mage Bane. And we'll have to see if... Yeah, he did use that as well, that's a good point, I forgot about that. He kind of blew that off in desperation, and that won't be available. Yeah, Legion team, though, is going to fall back.
Yeah, it's always a little bit unfortunate to see that slightly less than disciplined play. Popping off something like a Tempest ult or a Keeper ult right before you die, in kind of a vain attempt to actually turn it around. I mean, every once in a while you'll see it actually work and you'll survive, or you'll pick up a kill and you'll say, okay, well maybe it was worth it then. But when it doesn't work in a situation like that, it really is unfortunate. Sometimes you just gotta say, oh crap, I got caught out of position, I'm gonna die right here. I'll be back up in 40 seconds though, then I can ult, then we can take a team fight. If you use the ultimate, sometimes in a different situation, Legion team might have tried to push right there, and Keeper of the Forest, his ult's not going to be coming up for still another 5 seconds, and those racks might have been gone.
Yeah, I completely agree. You've got to find, you know, kind of a balance. It's not that easy to know when you need to get off all your spells before you die, or just save them because the cooldown is too vital. And yeah, I don't think the root was really all that effective there, but unfortunately they do save the racks, so it didn't really lose too much there other than some farming time.
Not a huge deal in the end. Mage Bane's gone for that Helm of the Black Legion round into a Blessed Orb. So I would assume he's going to be going for a Geometer's Bane. And this is kind of an old school Mage Bane build. I haven't seen this one. You do see the Rune Cleaver much more frequently these days. The Helm of the Black Legion route was much more during like the Tri-Lane era.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even with just the Helm of the Black Legion, Mage Bane can still farm pretty quickly, but it really doesn't compare to the Rune Cleaver. Ooh. And is Hag getting caught here? No, it's just
almost got caught right there, and that's a double damage Hag for another 25 seconds. If they can conceal that fact, might be able to go in for a good team fight here. Double damage Hag hitting for roughly twice the damage as a regular Hag, as you might expect. But well, she might be going in here. Shrunken Head's done on her and Tempest. Mage Bane, 150 gold off from his Geometers. Really wants to finish that. Could vendor the Mystic Vestments, but man, that's something you want to hold on to if you're at all able to. And well, Hellborn team well aware of a couple of different wards that are going on now. Might look to go get the counter ward on, and Mage Bane looking to clean up one more creep. Will be able to pick up his Geometer's Bane now.
Yeah, it's definitely huge. The illusions just do so much, you know, cause so much confusion, extra damage. You know, really important item for, you know, the Mage Bane. So good, he's got that. Legion team are kind of posturing around Kongor, and they've got definitely a really good team for Kongor. They got the Dampier, Bloodthirst, the Hellfire, and the Ophelia minions. So if they wanted to force this, I feel like they'd be pretty comfortable. But yeah, nice ward coming off from Mega Beef in the middle lane too, to give them some pretty good vision. They don't have really a vision on the right side.
Their ward just got counter warded up on the high ground spot.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that might be why they're kind of hesitant. They don't know exactly where everybody is. They will see some heroes top though, so that could be their cue to just go ahead and start, or you know, maybe they just want to push. Bassett's going to place a ward here. Unfortunately, going to be instantly caught out by that little tree grapple, providing some vision. But yeah, Legion team is still not too confident about taking Conquer. They don't want, you know, and you know, there's a pretty good reason for that. The Wombo combo, you know, grouping up too much might result in, you know, just a terrible team fight. And against the Mage Bane, a terrible team fight can mean, you know, you're not winning this game.
It certainly could be. Now we'll see, as Tempest has picked up the portal key now. Might be looking for that Wombo combo. I mean, Kongor is a prime opportunity if they can get the correct positioning. But between these two wards and the Tormented Soul, It's going to be very hard to find it as Wretched Hag leads the charge over here, but Dampier already knows exactly what's up. They just walk right through the ward vision, and the Tornado actually going to be up there breaking the portal key availability. So needs to be very, very careful about what actually happens here. And now the shop just opens up there for me a little bit. But I just heard a shrunken head go off. What the hell?
Dampier. Basically, probably trying to hit that Ring of Sorcery. And that's unfortunate. Always hate to see that.
Yeah. And here comes Magebane on the backside. Gonna find the Geometer's Bane button. Gets that one going. The Geobane Illusions, though, not going to be going in. There's Silhouette opening up on the Tempest. And Tempest just gets disintegrated right there. So much for the Wombo combo. Backblast going to be going out. The Root goes out as well. You're taking a lot of pressure as Luna. She's able to almost finish off Dampier. But Dampier does eventually go down. The Ophelia ultimate already going out. Storm Spirit being used on Glacius. Glacius takes the fall as well. And the Legion team going to have to fall back right here. Even with Tempest getting completely opened on there, the power of the Magebane just showing off a bit. It was Luna almost getting taken out.
Yeah, that was so close. That missed, and then the rocket just barely missing him. Unfortunate, but yeah, like you said, Tempest getting caught way out of position, dying almost immediately.
Ooh, Dampier bought back.
Oh wow, he did. Okay, I think they just want to take this Kongor. They know the Helpmore team is probably healing right now, and that root is not available. So. Could be a really nice buyback, just securing this Kongor. But yeah, Tempest got caught immediately, but then Magebane just took seemed like he could do whatever he wanted that fight. He took almost no damage. And then I don't think even the Wrath of the Pharaoh was used because all his mana got burned almost very quickly by those Magebane and his illusions. So, you know, it kind of looks good for the Helpmore if they could win a team fight without a Tempest ultimate.
I'd really like to see a Tempest ultimate this game. Like,
yeah.
Has there been a single one this game?
I don't think so. Not that I can recall.
I also cannot recall one. And I think I was just pointing this out to Porch earlier that Tempests are just holding on to their ultimates. Like, you build a Tempest around using your ultimate, and then you hold on to it the entire game. Like, get one person in your ult. That's fine. Just lock somebody down for 5 seconds, get 2 people in, and you've most likely got a 1 team fight. But you don't need to be sitting there waiting for a 5-man ultimate. Just lock somebody down, get them out of the team fight, do some damage with your Glacial Blast and your Meteor afterward, but for God's sake, don't not use your ultimate for 30 minutes trying to wait for the perfect one.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of people suffer from, you know, I call it the God ult, the God hole.
Big play syndrome.
Hole. Yeah, and you know, Fine is actually an exceptional player, but this game he just really hasn't found it. And you know, sometimes when you're playing Tempest, a lot of times teams will base very important decisions around the availability of that ultimate. So a wasted ultimate, could spell like a lost Rax or
that's true,
without being able to team fight. But at the same time, you're right. We have yet to even see a Tempest ultimate this game, and I think there's something wrong with that as well.
Yeah, I can see both sides of the coin for sure, but being that we're going into 36 minutes right here, let's take a look at some items once again. Wretched Hag, she's gonna be able to finish off her Hellflower, I think, right now, as he stops to what appears to be shop. Might be 400 gold off still then. But Tempest, I mean, he's farmed very well throughout the game, 314 gold per minute. Magebane at 325. He's finished up the Geobane with another 2,000 gold saved up, so you're going to have a buyback available. Hellfire has been finished on Pharaoh for a while, and Ophelia has picked up that Storm Spirit that we saw in the last fight. And there's a Savage Maester Silhouette in addition to her Nullstone Portal Key Geometer's Bane. She is very farmed, 537 gold per minute. Top farmer in the game by over 150.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about. I think you pronounced his name T-Jor.
I was actually contacted by Mega Beaver today, and he said if you cast us, just call him TJ.
TJ?
He actually said that. I thought he was upset, and he logged off before I could talk to him again. I was like, uh-oh. I hope Mega Beaver's not upset that I can't say European names. So
I like that though, TJ.
That's TJ.
But yeah, I haven't really noticed much of him. I haven't seen him
do anything crazy, but yeah, his farm's really good. But
Hag just
really
getting obliterated right here. Gets invised. Not going to be dead just yet. And Silhouette just shadows on out of there. I mean, you mentioned it earlier. The speed at which you can get in there, do damage, and then hit that shadow is just... Hag lost 1,200 life right there in the blink of an eye.
I mean, yeah, that's Silhouette for you. He's even got that token now. And yeah, crazy farm on him. The farm on the Hellborn team seems to be really spread out. I mean, well, not necessarily unfortunately, but, you know, Mage Bane just kind of isn't quite at that level. You want your Mage Bane to be around 40 minutes or, you know, approaching the late game. So, and Silhouette, I think, is, you know, 550 gold per minute, nothing to, you know, sneeze at. So, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and he's got. That's the best thing about the Savage base, by the way. Just it's so easy to push. Look at him just demolish this tower.
Yeah.
No
very
misses.
good. Mage Bane's gone for the Ice Brand, and we'll see if he tries to teleport back to town, as the Legion team is actually mounting a very big push right here. A portal key just picked up on Ophelia. Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen Male from QSQ been doing this
Really?
a lot recently. Yeah, it's just so you can. The Storm Spirit range is so short. I honestly think that's what it is. So you can sorcerer someone immediately.
Tower goes down there for the Legion team. And Tree Grapple on cooldown for Silhouette, so she's not going to be going in anything just yet, but even starting to put out a lot of damage just onto these creeps. Waiting for the next creep wave, and then going to be looking for that Rax as Mage Bane's off farming. Icebrand, going to be interesting to see if he goes for a Frostburn or perhaps a Frostwolf Skull. Dawnbringer not available just yet. And, well, there's a Shrunken Head on Wretched Hag. Look at the amount of damage that she's taking, though. She's just going to have to run away. And Silhouette's actually going to go in. There's the Wrath of Pharaoh catching a Luna as well. Wretched Hag goes down. She does not have a buyback available. And there's the damage onto Silhouette. Silhouette will drop. TJ actually gets the kill onto somebody else, though. And there's the Elemental Void. Going to be able to get Keeper of the Forest in there as well. There's the Root going to be coming out. Dampier taking a lot of pressure, but he activates the Shrunken Head. And there goes Keeper of the Forest. He dropped it as well. Mage Bane falls. And there it is. GG well played coming out. And wow. It all comes crumbling down right there.
Yeah, it was really hard to see. Did the Skeleton King cancel a Tempest ultimate? Is that why it stopped early?
I have no clue.
There was so much. I thought it was going to be a perfect ultimate catching almost all of their heroes, but I think it did. There was a Skeleton King a little bit off to the side, just barely, and I think he canceled it with that. So,
wow.
Otherwise, yeah, pretty good game. Really well played by PUDG. I think their decision making about when to push and the pickups they got were pretty impressive actually.
All right, guys, well, before we close this up, I want to reiterate one more time that just in a couple minutes here, we're going to be doing a Sound Blaster giveaway for a Creative Sound Blaster Rage wireless headset. I'm going to be doing that over on Facebook today, so I'll say that right now. So if you don't have a Facebook account, well, go sign up for one and get ready. Get yourself acquainted. We're going to be doing that in less than about 5 minutes here. But after that, Riser, as always, thank you very much for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
Love having you on. And, well, any shout-outs from you today?
I knew you were going to ask me that, so I thought of two.
Nice.
First one is shout out to TJ, because I thought that was pretty funny. Second one is shout out to Pencils and their icon on your stream.
It's a pretty good icon, right?
Did you find that, or did they give that to you?
I made that.
Oh, you made it?
I made that.
That's legit.
I took a clip art, and then I added the word pencils.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, it's pretty cool.
Any of those that you see that are just kind of like random images with the word right there, I made those for teams. So if they don't have an icon, I just take whatever their current icon is on like Hontour, and then just add their team name onto it somewhere.
There it is.
So I've done that for a few teams, but most of the teams have their own these days.
Yeah.
But, well, Pencil is going to be dropping, and tomorrow's final is going to be Karma versus Dendi's Jungldevos. So PUDG gets their second shot. They were in the finals of the first qualifier, ended up losing to One Trick Pony. Tomorrow they'll take on Karma for some redemption. You think they got what it takes, Riser?
I mean, yeah, I think maybe I underrated C1K a little. But yeah, it should be a good match regardless.
All right. Well, Riser, thank you very much for casting, and I will let you go so you can actually go out and try to win the headset as well.
Okay, see ya.
if you want to, but we'll catch you next time. All right, guys. So right now we're going to do the Sound Blaster headset giveaway as soon as I close out the stream. Not going to have to restart the stream or anything today because we are live just doing replay casts right now. No delay. But let's close it out real quick. Of course, a huge shout out to Sound Blaster. Without their support, we would not be able to have the Sound Blaster Heroes League. I wouldn't have anything to cast for you guys right now. So very, very happy to have their support here in the Heroes of New Earth scene. Make sure to check them out at facebook.com/soundblaster. That's where we're going to be having the contest for today. So make sure to head over there and give that a like. And of course at twitter.com/soundblaster as well. Make sure to follow on there. Anytime that Sound Blaster Gaming is doing something, you'll find out there first. And to the sponsors, Sound Blaster, Yolmart, Heroes of New Earth, and Newegg. Yolmart, a Russian e-tailer that I guess is one of the new sponsors of the Sound Blaster Heroes League. So big shout outs to them, and I hope I'm pronouncing their name right. I got one more thing going here in just a moment. You guys all know what's coming. Don't even act like you don't know what's coming right now.
Guys, I'm pulling aggro. Heal! Heal! We got this! We got this! No! Oh. Ah! 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 Ah!
Stop beating your hardware. Head to newegg.com for an upgrade. And for more tech videos, check out our Newegg YouTube channel.
So there you go, guys. Newegg.com. Take it from a geek. Big shout out to them for their support of the Heroes of New Earth scene and the Sound Blaster Heroes League. And make sure to tune in tomorrow for the conclusion of Sound Blaster Heroes League Qualifier number 3. Call It Karma or Dendi's Jungldevos. One of those two teams is going to be walking away with the 5 Z-Series sound cards, courtesy of Sound Blaster, and the invite into the big league. The 16-man, $40,000 cash and prizes event taking place in the last week of February, first week of March. That's going to be covered tomorrow at Honcast. Check out the scheduling info at honcast.com. And that's going to do it, guys. We'll see you next time.